Congrats, Texas. You took it from us. You took our 11-0 season and threw a 1 at the other side of it. Feels really bad. There's no other way to say it. And I could go different directions here, right? I could go straight to still have the playoffs. Hay was already in the barn. You're okay. Even if that's true, you got to face it. Your rival just physically beat you down in their home stadium to keep you out of Atlanta and to give you your first loss of the year. Won't sit right. Won't feel okay until you play the next game. Won't feel right no matter what happens going forward. Brutal, man. Brutal. And what happened to the second half A&M team we knew and loved? Did we maybe rest on that laurel? Did we maybe rely on the fact and just say, hey, second half, things are going to take care of themselves. Things are going to be okay in the second half. Because that mentality could have cost them. Could have been in the coaching staff. Could have been the physicality of the way they played. Because I didn't feel like this offense came ready with a game plan in the second half to attack whatever Texas was going to do to adjust. Texas took A&M's receivers out of the game. That secondary locked down. Marcel had nowhere to go. The intermediate and the deep ball was taken away. He was stuck with checkdowns. At least according to the TV broadcast, stuff wasn't available. There was some run game success at times, gains of 4, somewhat productive plays, but nothing explosive. It was all bottled up. A&M lacked any kind of creativity. A&M lacked any kind of way to get playmakers involved in the second half offensively. And I think the offense set the tone in the second half. Back-to-back 3-and-outs to start the half. And we're here saying, okay, you're up 10-3 at half. You get the ball first. You feel so good. Didn't show up to start the third. Didn't show up at all. I mean, it's obvious that this run defense is bad enough to disallow you from going where you want to go in a season. It's a glaring hole in the team. It's a glaring issue. There's been a common thread of that throughout the year, and it took a play caller like Steve Sarkisian. It took the talent level of Texas to expose it. And Texas isn't a good running team. They haven't been. But they were still able to push us around. They were still able to attack that outside zone, get massive numbers advantages on the outside, catch A&M slipping, guys out of position, no one there to close those gaps on the outside. It worked really, really well. And and we talked about it all week, don't let this be the game. Just because Texas hadn't established a run all year, didn't feel like A&M was immune to giving it up because of what they've allowed on the ground at times this year. And with Sark, if you let that go and he's multidimensional as a play caller, everything opens up, and then all of a sudden, play action. Ryan Wingo is by himself in the end zone. You had the tight end, number 88, open, no safety over him several times in the game. I mean, once the run game was established, man, you were bamboozled because that's what Sark hasn't had this year, and that's what's made their offense look bad. But they found it, and it looked like the Steve Sarkisian offense against you. And in the first half, you were bottling the run. You were slowing that thing down, and you left your corners on islands, and it was all good. You weren't sucking the safeties in, but your corners were getting it done. They just go to play action, hit the tight end over the middle over and over. Wingo in the middle over and over. Those safeties getting sucked in. Single high safety, just an absolute conflict. It's the Arch Manning run, or it's passing it to Wingo open in the end zone. Just the second half effort from this team was abysmal. It was. And then Marcel Reed at the end, he throws the picks. There was pressure. He gets rushed. He gets sped up, and he pressed. He pressed at the end. And, I mean, it's a desperation time, right? Like, you're down. You're trying to score quickly, And you do. You get one. You get a beneficial call. You get the face mask, and you capitalize on that drive. But then the defense can't hold their own. The running game on 3rd and short, you get a penalty, man. And then you give him a 3rd and short, and Arch Manning runs for a touchdown, stamps the game in. The penalties were really bad in the game for A&M. Undisciplined, the bad kind of penalties, pre-snap. First half, 2 red zone false starts. One resulted in a blocked field goal. The other resulted in settling for a field goal instead of getting a chance to score. In the second half, I don't know what the hell happened on that kickoff. Apparently it was a personal foul on A&M on the kickoff. They get good field position. But then the offsides gets Cassius Howell. And that pushes him into that 3rd and short. Probably changes the whole calculus with the play call in there. And he gets the first down on the run and the touchdown. So, man, even though you got the playoff game on the horizon, we can't shy away from the fact it's a very disappointing game. It's a terrible game. The rival took it from you. It was a chance to gain footing over them. It was a chance to really just cap this thing off the right way. And you felt like you were going to at halftime, man. It felt like A&M was better in the first half. And then Texas was by far better in the second half. And that's the total opposite of what we've seen. Maybe complacency. Back to what we were talking about at the beginning. Maybe you sunk it in. Maybe you relied on your past instead of going and taking it. We kept saying that during the live show. You can't just rely and say we're a second half team. You have to bring it. And they didn't. They didn't. I don't know, man. Is it just as simple to say that the running backs don't have it without Le'Veon against an elite defense? Or what? The running game, it just lacked the pop, right? They would get 4 yards, then nothing more, no further push. Ruben was falling a lot. I don't know, man. You just couldn't get past that first level of defense in the running game. O-line, not a disaster, but not great. Not great. I'll have to rewatch the game, but it felt like pressure got through late. It felt like Marcel, had some ugly pockets to deal with. Only gave up the 1 sack. Good, not great. I would say good enough, though. It was the defense, man, and then the start on the offense in that third quarter that doomed you. I don't have much more to say right now besides the fact that that's an utter disappointment. It feels terrible. I'm gross. I'm sick. I'm sickened. I'm grossed out by it. I'm pissed off. I'm angry. This team better regroup. There was some rough body language in the second half. Body language we hadn't seen all year. Marcel Reed hanging with his head down. Torrin York yelling. A lot of arguments just from the TV broadcast. Who knows what they really are. Obviously, man. Obviously. First loss of the year to them. It's going to feel like shit. It's all about the response right now. It wasn't win or go home today. It was win or feel like absolute ass. But the next one is win or go home. So how much can you regroup? How much better can you get through bowl prep? Who's the draw? And can A&M turn the ship around? Because you looked as bad as you could have, as you ever have, outside of the first half of South Carolina, in that second half. Got to turn it around, man. I trust that they will. I trust that they will find something throughout this bowl prep. Find that spark. Stay together. Be a group. Be together. That's what it's all about right now. Because it's going to be so easy to just be down and angry like we are. We're going to be emotional. The comments in this video are going to be disgusting. They're going to be gross. Comment your thoughts. Longhorns, if you're here, congrats, man. Y'all got us. Y'all got us. Good job. See what we can do in the playoffs. We'll break this game down over the weeks. We'll look out for the selection whenever that time comes after next weekend, where A&M will not be playing. Nightmare scenario, guys. It happened. Y'all stay well. We'll be back. We'll be back. Gig 'em.